I think কোটি কোটি টাকা লাগবে এরকম মানে বইয়ের বর্ণনার অনুযায়ী বিষয়টা সাজাইতে মিলিয়ন মিলিয়ন টাকা কখনোই তোমার করতে পারছি
It looks like just after Falcon 9 entered startup mode, it threw an abort. We're currently looking into a little more details to see if we're able to continue today's mission. If not, we'll be using our backup day tomorrow at about the same time. If you're just joining us, it appears we had an abort thrown by the vehicle just after it entered startup mode. These abort sequences are important to make sure that the Falcon 9 is in its best shape in time for any launch. So we're much happier to take those aborts beforehand rather than continue when there's any risk to the vehicle. If we have to go tomorrow, we'll be checking to see exactly what was happening through the abort today. The backup launch window opens tomorrow at 4:14 p.m. Eastern Time, or 8:14 Universal Coordinated Time, and closes at 6:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, or 10:21 Universal Coordinated Time. Hang on for a few more moments. We're waiting for official word from the Countdown Net, and we'll get back to you shortly.
Asian News, yeah, American News making SpaceX. SpaceX থেকে দিবা তাইলে অরিজিনাল লাইন করতে হবে আবার কোন অনলাইন কথা হচ্ছে হ্যাঁ এই নিউজে সাইটগুলো না আমরা মিউজিক শুনিং একমাত্র রয়্যাল সাইলেন্স যেটা আমরা সরাসরি খাওয়াচ্ছি ঠিক আছে তুলছিলাম আচ্ছা দিয়ে দিলাম তো এখান থেকে সরাসরি স্টার্ট করবো
Again, if you're just joining us, we had an abort just before our predicted launch time of 5:47 p.m. Eastern Time. These are an important part of making sure the vehicle is healthy for launch. At this time, we are currently looking to discover the cause of the abort.
এটা উঠবে না এটা সরো আমাদের এই যে আমাদের আমরা দেখছিলাম এটা এটাও না এগুলাই ছয়টা তবে দায়িত্ব দিবেন নাম আমি মানে এগুলো না আপনার একটা সাইট আমি দায়িত্ব দিবেন এই সবগুলো আমি
We're still looking to discover the cause of the abort that Falcon 9 threw just inside T-1 minute. Because so many systems respond and they change to a safe state, it takes us several minutes to understand the generally single cause of that abort. The team is actively scrubbing the telemetry.
CLD on countdown 1. Vehicle is safe. Please stand by while reviewing data.
You just heard on the countdown net. We're still reviewing the data to see if we're able to determine the cause of that abort. You heard the launch director announce that the vehicle is safe and gave the okay for payload to go back to external power. We're still reviewing those telemetry logs. We're not yet scrubbed for the day. We're working to bring you that information as quickly as possible. If we're able to launch today, or if we are not able to launch today, excuse me, then our backup window is at about the same time tomorrow at 4:14 p.m. Eastern Time. closing at 6:21 p.m. Eastern Time.
আপনি এখান থেকে যাবেন এখান থেকে যাওয়ার গেলে এটাই নিয়ে আপনি दस के भी अपलोड डाउनलोड डाउनलोड तुम्हारे तुम्हारे
We are still continuing to look at the data to determine if we can understand the cause of this afternoon's abort. Aborts are part of the standard process. Again, it's good to make sure that the Falcon 9 is completely ready to go, both the ground systems and the vehicle systems as well. And double checking those is vastly preferable to having any sort of a problem during flight. There's still a chance that we may be able to launch today, and we're working to see if that's going to be possible. Otherwise, we'll aim for a backup launch window tomorrow afternoon. Just joining us, we had an abort at the very final stages of countdown within 1 minute, or just joining. if you're just joining us, we had an abort just before our predicted launch time of 5:47 p.m. Eastern Time. These are an important part of making sure that the vehicle is healthy for launch. At this time, we are currently looking to discover the cause of the abort. We're still looking to discover the cause of the abort that Falcon 9 threw just after, or just inside T-minus 1 minute. Because so many systems respond in abort, they change to a safe state. It takes us several minutes to understand generally single cause of that abort. The team is actively scrubbing the telemetry log as we speak.
CLD on countdown 1. Vehicle is safe. Please stand by while reviewing data.
You just heard on the countdown then. We're still reviewing the data to see if we're able to determine the cause of that abort. And you heard the launch director announce that the vehicle is safe and gave the okay for payload to go back to external power. So we're still reviewing those telemetry logs. We're not yet scrubbed for the day. We're working to bring that as possible. If we're able to launch today closing at 6:21 p.m. Eastern Time.
যেটা পড়ার ইচ্ছা নেই ওটা বুঝবো না পরীক্ষার আগে রাতে দেখলাম তো পড়া বেশি মাথায় যেগুলো সারা মধ্যে বুঝি না ওইটাও ঢুকে গেলে সব থাকে আর যেটা পরে ক্রিকেটে সব আর তাহলে সব পড়ি ওর তুলে সব আলো গেলে পড়ার পরীক্ষা দিতে গেলে কি আগে রাতে প্রিপারেশন তখন এরপরে সব আলো গেলে লোকটা বেশি আছে না স্যাটেলাইট আজ করতো না রে তুই যতই চেষ্টা করো ভাই দোয়া কর ভাই সে ছমাস আগে এখনো উঠলো
We are still continuing to look at the data to determine if we
I
can
think
proceed this afternoon's abort. Aborts are part of the standard process to make sure that the Falcon 9 is completely ready to go on both the ground systems and the vehicle systems. Vastly prevalent in any sort of flight. There's still a chance that we may be able to launch today, and we're looking to see if that's going to be possible. Otherwise, we'll aim for a backup launch window tomorrow afternoon. And we've just received final confirmation that we are standing down today due to a violation of abort criteria. The vehicle and payload are in good health. The next launch opportunity is tomorrow, May 11th. Again, if you're just joining us, we had a launch attempt at 5:47 p.m. Eastern Time. Falcon 9 threw an abort in the final minute of countdown. And it seems like we are unable to reach the launch, or to launch within the launch window for today at this time. We have concluded a preliminary review, however, and have determined that the vehicle and payload are in good health, and will be aiming to launch tomorrow during our backup launch window at 4:14 p.m. Eastern Time, closing at 6:21 p.m. Eastern Time.
এক ঘন্টা
At this point, we'll conclude the webcast. Thank you again for joining us, and we hope.
So file
Hope to see you for tomorrow's launch attempt at, again, 4:14 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you again.
Hi, Didi.
It is May 10th at 2:29 p.m. Pacific Time, and you are looking at a live view of the upgraded Falcon 9 rocket as it awaits liftoff from the SpaceX launch pad in approximately 17 minutes. Welcome to today's live webcast for the Bangabandhu Satellite 1 mission from Pad 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. My name is Tom Perderio, and I'm a firmware engineer in the avionics department here at SpaceX. Today's launch is a particularly exciting one as we have two important milestones taking place. The first milestone is that the payload, Bangabandhu Satellite 1, will be the first official geostationary communications satellite for the nation of Bangladesh. The second milestone today is that this is the debut of a series of upgrades to Falcon 9 that we're calling Block 5. These upgrades are designed to allow us to reuse each Falcon 9 10 times or more and also reduce refurbishment time between flights. Falcon 9 today will deliver Bangabandhu Satellite 1 to Geostationary Transfer Orbit, also known as GTO. After that, we will be attempting to recover this first stage on Of Course I Still Love You, which is our drone ship currently stationed about 340 nautical miles downrange in the Atlantic Ocean. If successful, this will mark the 25th successful landing for SpaceX. As you can see, we've got a lot to cover in today's webcast, so let's get started.
Hi, I'm Lauren Lyons, and I'm an engineer here in our Flight Reliability Department. Now, for those of you joining us for the first time, just a little bit about Falcon 9. It's a two-stage rocket, each stage having its own engines and its own propellants. The first stage, which is this lower portion here, this is the part of the rocket that generates the tremendous thrust that's necessary in order to get the rocket to the most dense parts of Earth's lower atmosphere and accelerate the second stage and payload up to approximately 48,000 kilometers per hour. This is also the part of the rocket that we're going to be attempting to land on our drone ship after it separates from the second stage, which is sitting on top here. Stage 2 has a single Merlin engine that is optimized to operate in the vacuum of space, and it's going to be responsible for delivering Bangabandhu Sat 1 into its targeted geostationary transfer orbit. And inside of it, Bangabandhu Satellite 1. The fairing is what protects the satellite from aerothermal heating and contamination as we travel through the Earth's atmosphere. But once we get into the vacuum of space, we jettison it, it'll separate from the rocket and fall back down to Earth. Now, if you've been watching our rockets for a while, you notice that Falcon 9 looks visibly different today. Most notably, we have this black inner stage, this black raceway cover, and these black landing legs. This is the color of our improved thermal protection system materials, or TPS as we call it, and it doesn't require painting. The new thermal protection materials are highly flame-resistant felt, which we expect to be more rapidly reusable than the cork that we previously used. Now, all these changes reflect our ongoing efforts to build not just reusable rockets, but rockets that are rapidly reusable. Eventually, we hope that rocket launches will become like commercial airplanes, where the rockets can be flown over and over again with minimal refurbishments in between. We'll talk more about the Block 5 upgrades later in the webcast, but with just a few minutes left before liftoff, let's get a status update.
Hi, I'm Michael Hammers. I'm a materials engineer in our avionics department, and I'll be bringing you status updates on the vehicle. Falcon 9 rolled out to the pad with the Bangabandhu Satellite 1 payload last night at about 8 p.m. local time, and it went vertical at roughly 8 a.m. local time this morning. We went through the launch director's go, no-go poll over about T-minus 2 hours, and we're currently working no issues on the vehicle. One of the several changes to Block 5 is how we load propellants. Our oxidizer is liquid oxygen. Now, instead of starting with our fuel load at T-minus 70 minutes, we began loading both RP1 and liquid oxygen onto the first stage at T-minus 35 minutes. At the same time, we started loading RP1 onto the second stage. So the first stage is going to be continuing its just until a couple minutes before launch. It's at about 80% full of RP1 and 85% full of RP1 and about 80% of liquid oxygen. The second stage does its propellant loading sequentially. So its RP1 load is actually complete. That was finishing up at about T-minus 22 minutes. And the liquid oxygen load began just a few moments ago, and it's about 15% loaded at this point. We pressurize the tanks with helium. Those are at just under 100%. We'll slowly be trickling in additional helium. Those hold the pressure in the tanks when we're tanks of fuel during ascent. We're also planning on recovering the first stage of today's Falcon 9. The drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, is currently holding position 340 nautical miles southeast of Kennedy Space Center. And after stage separation around 2 + 3.5 minutes or so, 2.5 minutes or so, excuse me, we should be bringing you live coverage on its way back down. All told, the vehicle's healthy at the moment. Payload's also healthy, and the range is a go. Weather-wise, we're watching some strong high-altitude winds and some thick cloud layers that are cooling to minus 20 degrees Celsius, but there's nothing that's looking like it's going to stop us from launching in 12 minutes from now.
Block 5 refers to a series of upgrades we've made to the Falcon 9 rocket as part of our ongoing effort to make spaceflight more like commercial air travel is today, and that is to say safe, affordable, and utilizing vehicles that can be flown over and over again. Over time, the primary benefit of these Block 5 upgrades will be the capability to achieve rapid reusability with high reliability. Block 5 is designed for 10 or more flights with very limited refurbishment, but should be capable of additional flights with further testing and possibly additional refurbishment after that. In addition to the changes that Michael and Lauren have touched on, we've also made changes to the 9 Merlin engines on the bottom of the first stage of the Falcon 9. The thrust of each of these Merlin 1D engines has been increased from about 176,000 pound-feet to 190,000 pound-feet at sea level, which represents roughly an 8% increase in thrust. We also have changed the primary thrust structure that houses these engines, which we call the octaweb, from a welded aluminum structure to a bolted structure, and this greatly reduces the manufacturing and inspection burden and increases reliability and ensures the lead time while in manufacturing. Additional improvements have been made to the landing legs to support rapid post-landing vehicle processing, and we've upgraded the operational capability of drones across the board of the rocket. Some of the improvements we made have already flown on previous vehicles. For example, the titanium grid fins, which have significantly greater control authority than the previous iteration, were flown for the first time back on Iridium 2 in June. In addition, we've also flown an upgraded first stage heat shield, thermal protection tiles, as well as a new second stage new anti-vortex device, which is used to prevent the fluids inside the stage from developing into a whirlpool or vortex. The ultimate goal is to be capable of relaunching a flown booster within 24 hours with minimal. That doesn't mean we intend to fly the rocket, but we could if we needed to. Block